What's up everyone, this is Kay. Beidou is honestly one of the more fun characters to use in Genshin Impact thanks to her unique counter ability. It's a powerful tool to reduce high pressure moments in battle, and the counter itself is quite easy to use. There are of course different builds such as a burst support spammer, physical attacker, electro damage dealer. For this video, I'll focus on her counter build. As always, I'll try to showcase as much neutral damage as possible with no buffs from foods or teammates or reactions. Hitting over 100k looks nice, but I understand not everyone can replicate it. So there are 3 stages to her E skill. First one is activating her E without taking any hits, yielding the least amount of damage. Stage 2 is when she blocks one attack, offering higher damage but not the highest. And stage 3 offers the greatest damage output and is obtainable when receiving at least 2 hits while guarding. Environmental hits, such as burning grass, applies as well. Getting hit more than that will still give you stage 3 counter, so tank as much attacks as you like, as long as it's 2 or more. Now, when achieving stage 3 counter, one of Beidou's passive will kick in, increasing her normal and charge attacks by 15% and her speed by 15% for 10 seconds. This is great since you can use her to attack right after countering as a DPS unit. For my Devil May Cry Dante Royal Guard fans, performing a perfect counter will put a smile on your face. Perfect counter is when you time her E right before getting hit by an attack. This will automatically give you stage 3 counter no matter how many enemies attack. This also applies to getting hit once as well. I highly recommend you mastering this if you intend to use Beidou in Abyss or timed battles, because just standing around waiting for enemies to hit you would be a waste of precious time. It's not that hard honestly. Actually, perfect counter is very lenient in terms of timing. For her weapon, I was lucky enough to get the Wolf's Gravestone, but the free-to-play prototype will work amazingly as well. You can craft this obviously from the blacksmith. Focus on attack percentage or crit damage, crit rate, depending on your artifacts. You want to maximize her damage output as much as possible. Here are my stats. Of course, yours will be a bit different. Crit rate and damage ratio is pretty decent. Not perfect, but decent. As always, you typically want half percentage of your crit damage as crit rate when building a DPS, 50% rate being the bare minimum. I'm obviously a few numbers short in damage, but her high attack makes up for it a bit. The best artifact set for a full counter DPS is 2 Gladiator and 2 Thunder Ring. My Beidou is actually a sub DPS counter. I use burst a lot, especially in combination with Child in battle, so Noblest is what you want with her as a sub electro DPS as well. But artifact sets are pretty standard. Attack percentage, crit damage, and rate are the main priorities. Sans could be attack percentage. Actually, I would recommend it to maximize her counter damage, but I'm switching this to recharge maybe. Again, I use her burst often. I lose about 200 to 300 damage on her stage 3 counter, which isn't all that bad if I can spam her burst, which deals about 5k or to 5,500 damage on hits. Goblet is of course electro, which is a must and is highly required. Finding the right goblet can be a struggle, so you can sort of get away with attack percentage instead, but you'll lose out on about 300 damage or so depending on your substats. Crit rate or damage headpiece depending on your weapon as mentioned before, but you want to get her rate as high as possible since it's a one-shot attack for every few seconds. You want to make sure you crit. Constellation is at 2, just need one more for a counter to be even stronger. I kind of regret not choosing her as my free 4-star, instead I chose someone else. I would recommend you getting her to at least this level if you want to build her as a counter DPS. Talents are 4, not 5 because I'm using Child, that's why, but I gotta level this up to at least 7, 8 of course if I'm building her as a DPS. But goddamn, I'm out of Moras. That Mora hell is just insane. I hate being broke. And of course, her other 2 skills is level 7 and 7, which still needs upgrading. So a counter DPS Beidou is really fun, and I think she deserves more love. Besides, her design is awesome. I would highly recommend you building her burst as well. It's really good, absorbing damage while dealing over 5k on hits. Her guard also offers short breathing time when being attacked relentlessly by bosses or enemies, especially in Abyss 12. A few things to keep in mind. Her counter will automatically attack within a few seconds, regardless of getting hit or not, so you can't hold it forever. I wish you can, but too bad. It will also strike when receiving enough damage. I highly recommend you building Beidou. She's an easy character to use and is very helpful, honestly, if you have the resources to spare, of course, since I know people are saving for Hu Tao, leveling her up, or Venti, or Rosaria, but Beidou has become one of my most reliable characters in Genshin Impact. But comment down below to let me know which character are you working on right now or are you planning to work on. I would like to know. As always, I appreciate you watching this video. Hit that thumbs up if you like this and subscribe to my channel for future Genshin Impact videos. I think I'm planning on making a guide or review on my Beidou or Zhao, I don't know. Or maybe even Barbara. I'm just working on so many different characters. But have a great day, everyone. Good luck on your summons. I know people are saving for Hu Tao, people are skipping Kaching, but if you are summoning regardless, I hope you get the character you want.